Hi, welcome and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you what my process looks like for creating a stop motion video like the one you see here. First, I'm going to talk about the equipment that I'm using for my stop motion videos, as well as the setup and how I do a simple stop motion. Now, I do have a pretty elaborate setup, but you can easily get similar results without all the fancy gear. Really, all you need is a camera or your phone and a tripod. But if you're wanting to level up your stop motion videos, I'm going to break down my setup and why I use the things that I do. So first up, I use video continuous lights instead of my strobes. I do this because sometimes the strobes don't produce the exact same power every single time. And because of that, you'll notice some slight flickering in the video. So the next thing that I use is the Dragonframe software. Again, you don't have to purchase anything to get started, but this software has helped me a ton when creating them. It's a one-time fee, and I also purchased the remote that will connect to my camera's Bluetooth. The remote is helpful because it keeps me from creating any movement in the scene because I'm not having to touch my camera or move and press the button on the software. I can just press the trigger button on the remote. I have my camera rigged up with a C-stand so that I can shoot from above. You don't have to shoot from above. This is just an easy way to get my camera up and out of the way. And then my camera is tethered to my computer so that the software can display the images as I'm shooting. I'm going to be using a vinyl backdrop, and I'm going to make sure that it is taped down. I do not want anything moving in my scene besides my objects, so I am making sure that everything is taped and out of the way of me tripping or bumping the scene so I don't have to start over again. It's the worst thing ever to have to start over from the beginning because you accidentally hit your scene or you bumped the camera and you have to move it all over. So the first thing that I am going to do with my setup is make sure that my products are in focus, and I'm switching from autofocus to manual focus so that the image isn't trying to hunt while I am moving the products in and out of the scene. For this, I want maybe two of them to come in one direction and another one to come in at another direction. And if they're out of the scene and it's in autofocus, then it is going to mess up, and so I don't want that. So I'm making sure that it is in manual focus. And here on my screen, what I am going to do is put these in the position that I am going to be photographing them. And I have this little card that came with the software that I can just place where I want my focus and then use my camera to zoom in on that spot and get the perfect focus. I think that's pretty good. And so I am going to film this in reverse. So what I'm going to do is have them all placed where they are going to be when they roll in, but then I'm just going to swap it and have them come into the scene, but really we're filming it in reverse, and it sorts itself out. So I am going to use my sticky tack to help these stand up. So I will place them as I want them, and I make sure the sticky tack is on this side so that I'm not having to go up and over. So making sure that it is nice and centered, and then placing the next one where I want it to be right there. And since it's filming from above, I'm not going to see the sticky tack, but making sure that it's not too big. And then the last one, we'll place that right there. So the logos will all be facing up. I'm going to, again, just do this, make sure that it is in focus, make sure it's nice, tack sharp, and we're ready to start shooting. So I am, again, making sure that there is nothing underneath my legs where I'm going to kick, and I am keeping within my small radius. Again, I'm using my little remote, and that way I don't have to touch the shutter. I don't have to walk over to my computer. I can just stay right here, do the movement, press the shutter, and be good. I also have my dust can that I'm just going to clean it off real quick so that I don't have to do as much retouching on these, which if you do any sort of product retouching, you understand how difficult it is for dust removal for one image. Imagine having 50 images to have to do dust removal on. not fun. So I just spritz it off, and I like to keep that out of the way as well. Keeping all of these out of my scene, and I am good to start animating. Ready, set, go. Now what I can do is press play and it will show me my animation in the software. And what I want to do is play this in reverse and start it again. So what I'm going to do is select all of my frames and copy them. And then I am going to come to my first frame and paste reverse. So now when I start at this first frame and press play, they're going to come in and stop and go back out. So what I can do is I can pull it into Photoshop and edit each individual image so that if there was any of the blue tack showing or if there was an extra shadow in the scene, then that way I can edit that out. But since I feel good as it is right now, I'm just going to drop it into DaVinci Resolve and edit my colors. So what I would do is I would throw it into my timeline and then I would go to my color panel and edit up the colors. I just like to boost it a little bit in the video mode if I'm not going to make any major adjustments. If I want the major adjustments, then I'll take that into Photoshop and apply an adjustment layer over to all of the images. But if I am just looking to post this online, I'm not going to fuss over it too much. I'm just gonna make it look good in my video software. I think that's looking good. The colors are looking good. If I play it back, you can see the colors just pop a little bit more, and I'm feeling happy with how that looks. Stop motion videos are so fun to create and send to brands as just a different style of content that they can use across their platform. It is also really great for photographers who might be a little intimidated by doing video work because stop motions are kind of the best of both worlds. I do want to give a special thanks to treats_soapworks for requesting this video. And if you have any questions or want to see a tutorial on anything specific, drop that in the comments below and I will add it to my list. Again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.